Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 182, and I am so glad that you're here today because we're talking about money. Oh, yes, money. Our favorite thing, right? It's a love-hate relationship, isn't it? It's kind of like social media. Social media and money are the same. We love it, but sometimes we hate it, right? Because we can't get everything we want, and we need more of it, right? Well, we think we do. We don't always need more. Anyways, I digress. Today, we're talking about money, and I'm talking about you thinking that you have to save money on every single thing right now as you start your business. And I get it. I'm super frugal. Okay. I'm not a cheapo, but I'm pretty frugal. I take time to, consider what I'm spending my money on. And yes, I will spend money on things that are well worth it and expensive, but I do like to save money. And I always trying to find a cheaper price, right? But I think when you're starting your business, a lot of you are actually costing yourself more time and maybe even more money, and may not even end up with the best product or anything that you're working on because you've tried to cut corners and save money. And we're going to talk about that today. So once you realize you can't always save money, okay? You want your business to be great when it starts, right? So anyways, we're going to talk about that today. If you're new here, welcome. You came on an interesting day. I'm so glad that you have found this podcast because each week I provide you valuable tips and strategies for starting and building a business doing what you love, whether you're starting a local business, an online business, an Etsy store, whether you're making something yourself or reselling it, you are in the right place. I'm so happy you're here. Make sure you get plugged in. I have a private Facebook group called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. All you have to do is click the link down below in the show notes. So if you're an Apple Podcast or Spotify, scroll down here below the episode. You'll see some notes, okay? Like a brief description of this podcast episode. And there will be some links to some of my free goodies for you for the Facebook group, my paid programs, all that stuff, but it's all below. So look for the Facebook group first. If you haven't gotten in there yet, click that. It's going to take you right over to Facebook. There's going to be 3 quick questions. Answer those. And then I will very soon let you in the group. And now, voila, you will have an awesome community of women who are starting their businesses too. You can ask the silly questions. You can be vulnerable. You can tell everybody you're scared to death, but you need help with this or that. Maybe they have recommendations for you, all that good stuff. It's always good to have people walking alongside you while you're taking on something major in your life. And so that's why I created this group. It's for you. So I hope you will use it and get help as needed and know that you have a family supporting you. So again, that's the Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love Facebook group. So get in there. And then I've got some other free downloads for you, like a checklist for starting your business and another guide for figuring out your best business idea.
So make sure you do that. And if you have been listening a while, thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are wonderful. Today, I decided I was going to read a review. I'm so pumped. Y'all, I love these reviews. And by the way, if you've been listening to this podcast a while, okay, some of you I know have been listening since the very beginning and you haven't left a review, would you be so kind to do that? It would mean the world to me. Okay. All you have to do is give it like a 5-star rating. If you're an Apple Podcast, whatever, just hit the 5 stars. If you have 30 seconds to write a written review, it would mean the world to me. I'm going to read this one from Your Friendly Bench Jeweler. She had left this on Apple Podcasts, and I'm just so grateful for it. It says, cheers. That's the title of it. It says, Kimberly's podcast is truly inspirational. I love the clear action steps that she offers to all of us to get the ball rolling with starting our businesses. My husband and I have officially started our tattoo and body jewelry shop. Woohoo! I can honestly say, for myself personally, listening to this podcast has helped inspire me to just start and keep putting one foot in front of the other. Kimberly, thank you so much for offering the strategies, action steps, and advice along this journey. I find myself taking notes all the time when I'm listening to you. I love that. Cheers to new adventures and the people that inspire us along the way. Oh my gosh, that last sentence, cheers to new adventures and the people that inspire us along the way. I think about this all the time, about people who've inspired me and who God has put in my path along my different journeys of my life, and how it's just been such a help. You know how there's people that come into your life during different seasons, even like your high school friends or your college friends or whatever it is. They're there at the perfect time, and I love that. So thank you for acknowledging that. Thank you, my friendly bench jeweler. I appreciate it so much. This review was wonderful and so meaningful, and it just warms my heart. So thank you so much. So that's it. Okay, on to the episode. Hello, everyone. How are you? How are things going? I need to know how your business is going. What have you been working on this week? I need to hear it. Have you gotten your first sale? Are you getting repeat clients? Are you getting new clients? Are you feeling the momentum of growth? I sure hope so. I'm so excited for your business. Well, I'm so happy you're here today. So we're talking about money, okay? And we're talking about many of you trying to cut corners on everything, and it's actually costing you more time, money, and you're not ending up with the best version of whatever you're working on, okay? I know that's kind of hard to digest sometimes. And let me say this too, for all of you that are starting your business, and maybe you have no money to start this business and you're like, listen, I'm trying to scrape by. I got to get everything done basically for free. Let me just say, I respect you. I get it. I understand. If that is you, if you are starting out with no money, like you literally have nothing to put into this business, remember that you can get friends to help you, you can get family to help you, and also you can barter with other people, okay? You can barter with other people and you can get them to trade you services for services. That is a great way to start if you have no money. Today, though, I'm really talking to those of you that have money to get your business started. You have some extra cash. Maybe you have a little nest egg that you set aside for this, or you have a part-time or a full-time job, and you're able to spend some money and invest some money to get your business going, okay? There's a lot of you out there that have some extra money to do that. Maybe you have some extra savings. Maybe you got gifted this. Who knows, okay? Here's the deal. I know you want to save money and be smart about it and be frugal, because I'm with you. I'm that way. I'm that person. I'm a Target shopper. I'm a Home Goods. TJ Maxx. I will try to find good deals anywhere. But I'm going to tell you right now, when something is worth it to me, I will spend money on it. I will spend my hard-earned money because it's worth it to me. And I want you to start making some things in your business worthy of you spending your hard-earned money on. Some things are worthy, because if you don't, here's what happens. Number one, you waste time trying to do every single thing yourself. And what happens when you do that? Everything's not going to be the best because you are not skilled at everything. You're going to waste a lot of time learning, and you're going to stall actually making money in your business. That's what's going to happen. I don't want you to do that. And I want you to think through this example I'm about to share, and then think about your business so that you can realize where you should be willing to spend money. Okay, so let's take, for example, the home decorator that I just hired for helping me redecorate the bottom floor of our home. Y'all know this. I've been talking about this and I'm super stoked. The countertops got in, the backsplash got in. Amazing. Freaking out every day. My 14-year-old daughter is like so happy every day. Her chore, did I tell you all this? Her chore is to clean the kitchen every day. We pay her weekly and all she does is she manages the kitchen. It's the best money my husband and I have ever spent on any allowance for any of our children. Literally the best money. Number one, though, it's easy because it's just her and us here. She cleans it every night we go to bed. Our kitchen is clean because I'm the type of person, I never had to have my kitchen cleaned before I went to bed. Like I could wake up with a little bit of a dirty kitchen, like dishes and all that, and I could do them in the morning. She doesn't let that happen. She does not. She's like A-type personality and keeps it clean. We're like, this is the best money we have ever spent in our life. Okay. So the countertops and the backsplash look amazing. And so we've got a whole bunch of other stuff coming. We got floors coming. We're redoing our powder room, all that stuff, right? And I realized the day that our countertops went in and our backsplash went in, I looked at my husband and I said, if I had never hired Laura, we would not have this kitchen. We would not have this kitchen. Number one, because it would have taken us a long time to figure out the best deal, the best price, try to find a contractor, do all the stuff. I wouldn't have picked the cohesive design that it's now becoming. We wouldn't have had it if I had not paid her. If I had not been willing to pay money to have someone help me, we would not have the good-looking kitchen that I feel that we now have. Okay? Now, again, we don't have our floors yet. We're not all done. We're waiting on lighting, all that. We're about 20% done, maybe. Okay. My point is, I knew, and I kept telling my husband, I want all this decorated, but I know my weakness. I don't know how to make a cohesive look to this. Like I know things I love. I love this. I love that. I want this. I want that. Right. But it's not cohesive. And I don't know anything about like actual, like what's mid-century modern, what's transitional, what's traditional, what's contemporary, what's modern. We're kind of doing like a transitional modern, I think she said. So we're kind of bringing it current, a little bit edgy, but it's still transitional because we still got some other furniture. I don't want to replace everything, right? If I had not hired her, we wouldn't have gotten it done so quickly. We wouldn't have had the contractor that we had who did an amazing job. I wouldn't have picked out that backsplash and countertop. I would have picked out one and it would have looked okay. It would have looked good. I probably would have got it and went, oh, cool. Y'all, this still would not have been cohesive. It's some of the best money I've ever spent. I'm not kidding because I could not have pulled that together because I knew that's my weakness. I want you to think about your business right now. What is it that you know is your weakness that you are still insisting because you don't want to let go of the money that you do yourself? What is it? Think about it. Is it website design? Is it doing your bookkeeping? Is it helping you with social media? I mean, these are the big things that I hear, but I'm wondering what yours is. There's something. Maybe it's, I don't know, getting your product together. Maybe it's even with your, business idea or just starting and trying to get, know all the steps. Sometimes you have to be willing to part with money to get expertise. You have to. There's things you don't know how to do because here's what's happening. If you decide, let's say you're like, no, I'm doing this all myself. I'm not going to spend any extra money on anything. Okay. You are going to have to research and figure out all the steps for starting your business and figure it all out so that you actually start strategically and you set yourself up for long-term success. So you got to go figure that out. Okay. Number 2, you've got to figure out how to get your web presence up, whether you're going to do a full website, a page, whatever it is. You're going to have to research, find which platform, go on there, learn the platform. I mean, you may have to learn a couple so that you can see which one you like better. And you're going to have to spend time testing, and it's going to be late at night or early morning or all your weekends or your Friday night or your Sunday night when you should be with your family. And you're going to be trying to figure all this out, and it's going to start stressing you out. Then let's just say you want to do your graphic design yourself and you want to go into Canva and you're like, no, I'm going to create my own logo. And I've never done this before. I'm not a graphic artist. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to learn this. So you spend, again, more Friday nights and Sunday nights and early mornings and stressful hours that you shouldn't be doing working on that. Okay. And then your books, and they're all organized. You don't have your financials right. You don't even know where your receipts are. You have no idea how much you're spending, and you become a crazy person. Okay. But let's just say you did that. Do you think your website would be the best it would be? Do you think your books would all be done correctly? Do you think your logo would give off the image that you really want it to give off? Whatever it is, I want you to really honestly ask yourself, will it be the best? And maybe you're like, well, no, it won't be the best, but I don't care because I saved a lot of money. I want to challenge you right now on that thinking. No, but I saved myself a lot of money. A lot of you are so proud. I didn't spend any money. Y'all, you are not the expert in everything. You are not already an expert. Do you know how much time some of this takes to master? You are not the expert on everything. Okay. Number one. Number two, do you have endless amount of hours? Like any time you need, you can do it. You on call, you can work on your business. Do you have all the hours in the world? No, you don't have all the hours. You're not the expert and you don't have all the hours. Sometimes you need to pay people so that they can show you the ropes, get a base going. It's just like Laura doing my house. Get this base going so it's all a cohesive look. It's got the main things, the lighting, the things we need. And then for fun, I can go to TJ Maxx and Home Goods and Target and add little things as we go later. But I already have a palette that is set for me and I'm not going to screw it up. Okay? Same for you, your website. You can hire somebody, Squarespace, Wix, Shopify, whatever it is, help you get it up, help it look cohesive and beautiful and nice. And then you can go in and tweak things later, but at least you have a base. You do need to know how to update your website. You need to know that. You need to update titles, words, pricing, photos, product descriptions, service, offering descriptions, whatever it is. You need to know how to do all that. I'm not telling you to be completely naive of what is going on and just throw your money at people. I'm saying there's things that people can do for you to set the foundation and get it laid for you and go, oh, this is what you need to, oh, did you think about this? Just like when the contractor was here, he's telling us stuff, oh, you need to think about this. And we had to do some in our backsplash, had to add this. Y'all, I never even heard this word. Schluter. Have y'all heard of this? It runs alongside tile. Like if you don't have molding on one of the edges of like let's say some backsplash that comes off a wall, but there's not molding on that side. It's hard to explain, but you got to have something to border it. So it's not just tile, like the edge of the tile sticking out. There's like the stuff that Schluter, and they're like, oh, you need Schluter, you need to do that. Like, I would have known that. I would have had no idea. I would have hired some hourly guy to just do the tile. And I would have been like, well, the tile looks good, but it's kind of rough edged right there. Like there's just things you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, y'all. I'm telling you. And also, if you're doing things on your own, you can screw things up. I've done this with paint. I did this not long ago. Unbeknownst to me, it's totally, unintentional. We painted our cabinets a color that a friend had her kitchen cabinets, and it was White Dove. It's Benjamin Moore. But we got it filled at, they made the paint at Sherwin-Williams. But I think it's a Benjamin Moore White Dove, if I'm right on that. Okay? My cabinets. So then we built our modest little lake house. We had to refinish it because it flooded and all this stuff. So we had to paint the cabinets, which I was excited about because it looked like a fisherman's house. And now it actually sort of feels like our house, Anyways, I said, just use White Dove on the walls too. I can't remember if we did the cabinets. I can't remember now, but I just said, do White Dove. It's a good white. Put it up. We walked in there. It was yellow because the sun comes in there so much because it's right by the lake and it reflects in and it brings that yellow light. It turned yellow. Never noticed that was like a shade. See, if I would have had somebody help me, we would have known that. She would have done something to make sure and we would have been holding it up. And no, as good as I thought I was being because I'd already used the paint, even I had oversights. Okay? You can make mistakes that end up costing you more. So now we had to have the guy come back. We had to buy more paint and repaint the whole thing. I think he gave us some discount because he felt bad. But I was like, it's not your fault. It's my fault. It costs me. It cost me in one of our first houses that my husband and I had. Same thing. I put up some cream on the walls, had a painter come, came home from work when I worked at Dell, came home. It was yellow. Same thing. I'm cursed now with this yellow. I'm scared of paint. Completely petrified of paint. Are y'all petrified of paint? Like absolutely petrified. It always comes out wrong. I always get somebody. That's why I hired someone who does consulting for paint to do my house here. I got Accessible Beige for the whole house. I paid her because I knew if I don't have an expert here, I'm going to screw this up. And I paid her, it was like $150 an hour. I don't even remember what it was. And she sat there and held up paints and told me all this stuff and told me what she'd seen and looked at our lighting and gave me a recommendation. Saved me hundreds of dollars because I was doing probably thousands if I would have screwed that up because it was our whole bottom floor. And then it ended up being our whole house. Do you see my point? That you not being the expert, you can unknowingly unknowingly, unintentionally. You don't mean to do it. You don't mean to screw things up. You don't know what you don't know, but you can screw things up. So today, I'm challenging you. Think about in your business, what is holding you up? What is stressing you out? What is taking you to a lot of time? And realize that you need to spend money on it. This podcast, when I started, I tried to edit it myself. I'm in GarageBand. I'm on a Mac. I sat there and played around and tried to delete and then make it sound good. I was watching videos. I was doing all this stuff, y'all. It was so frustrating. And I'm pretty technical. Like I can pick up stuff and I was picking it up, but it was so laborious. So thank you to Duncan who does my editing because I can't do it. It is so tedious. It is like a fine-tooth comb. You have to go through there and fix all the, little clips of when I make weird noises and pops and pauses and I repeat stuff. It's not as bad as in the old days when I started. So he's probably a lot more fortunate than the first person that I had editing. But thank God for him that this is his expertise and he loves this. Okay. Realize that with your business, you love some certain part of your business, but somebody else would love to get paid to help you with that piece of business that frustrates you. Let me say that again. Somebody else would love to get paid to help you with the piece that you can't stand. Or with the piece that's taking you a lot of time, or the piece that's frustrating you. Someone else, that is their gift. That's someone else's gift to work on that. And they would love to receive payment from you. They would love to receive payment from you to help you with that. Okay. My home decorator is making some good money, I think, off of me. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that in a good way because this is her expertise and she loves it. And I'm gladly paying her so that I don't screw things up and put the wrong cohesive look together, put the wrong colors, get the wrong lighting, get the wrong backsplash, get the wrong countertops, get the wrong floors. Like all of that, y'all, are massive mistakes. I can't afford it. You can't afford it either. Okay. Even in your world of just trying to get your little shop up, right? We can't afford these massive mistakes. We also can't afford the time to do this. When there's other pieces of our business that we are gifted at, that's what we need to be working on. Whether you have a local business or a local service business and you need to be networking, you should be spending your time networking. You shouldn't be spending your time behind the computer trying to get your website all perfect when either you may not even need a website, you may just need a social page, or you just need a one-pager, or you may not even need one that's fancy. So you've got to have the power of discernment. And if you need to know if you're one of my Grow Getters, you're in my Just Getting Started group, or even in the Women Starting Business group, if you are having a hard time discerning what you should be working on, just ask, because I guarantee somebody will lay it straight for you and be like, no, you don't need to be doing that. You need to be outsourcing that. And again, this is for those of you that have some extra money to be able to put into your business. You've planned for this. And I'm telling you now, there's certain things you can do yourself. There's certain things you need to outsource. I just outsourced one thing in the beginning. Okay. You may need to outsource 2 things or 3 things, and that's okay. Getting help from someone like me is one of those things. Some of you do not have the time to sit here and figure out how to start your business in a way that's actually strategic and that actually isn't going to drive you crazy. Okay, you've got to do it in a way that gets you going without spending too much money, but that also sets you up for years of success. That's what I do, right? Save yourself the time and angst of doing something wrong or not doing something effectively when you can pay someone like me, whether it's me or anyone else, to help you with stuff that's already laid out for you, right? I just had someone today email me and said, I'm so excited to get all your stuff because I'm trying to find someone like you. Like, people are happy to pay you. Like, they were so happy. They were getting the business idea workbook. They were getting the business plan. They're in the Just Getting Started group. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they've been waiting to find someone like you to help them. I was waiting to find a decorator that I actually connected with, and she happened to be the first one I met because someone referred me to her. So a friend. So they already knew kind of we would be a good match, right? That's what I'm saying. People are waiting to help you. They'd love to help you, but you also can't waste time doing this. You can't afford to screw it up. Start on the right foot, spend the money, and do the things that you need to be working on to grow this business. Okay? Well, do the things that you need to be doing to start and grow this business effectively. Does that make sense, y'all? I don't want y'all to be scared to spend money on yourself. Some of you, it's like an issue that's deep. that you're scared of investing in yourself. You're scared of spending money on yourself. And that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm just telling you now that there is going to be at least one thing in your business right now where you're starting that you need to pay somebody to do, whether it's logo, whether it's website, whether it's your financials, whether it's your marketing, whether it's social media, whether it's just all the steps for starting. Like I provide business plan, get that together. I have that for you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like there's stuff waiting for you and you're just wasting time, yet you're saving your money. And I don't know what that money is doing for you, just sitting there saving it. When you could be getting this business going, this is your dream. This is your future. Okay? Don't be afraid to spend money on your business to get it going, started in an even quicker and better way than it would have been had you done it yourself. I'm so happy you're here. Again, if you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you've been listening a while, I'm so happy you're here. Make sure y'all get plugged in. Make sure you check out my paid programs below because yes, you can work with me today. I've got all kinds of stuff. If you're in the idea stage, if you're in the planning stage, if you're in the starting stage, or you're in the growth stage, I've got something for you. I would love to work with you and help you and guide you along this amazing journey that you're on. Okay, that's it. Y'all have a great day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.